Good morning and welcome to the Mike Show for Thursday, July 2, 2026. 76 degrees at 9:21 a.m. and I am your host, Val Kamal, and I'm a sinner. And I'm powerless and my life is unmanageable. Humility and gratitude are the keys to life. It's always today, it's always now. My life is not my own. My will not be done. There's no reality but God. And the only thing we have to do is die. So how are we going to live today? How are we going to live today, Mackie? Right now you got a purr going, so we're going to live by purrs. Hey, we're going to live by purrs and cuddles and hugs. Oh, boy. Oh. So anyway, kind of hot and sticky again. Doesn't help that I just finished a kettlebell workout. Had a shave, put away some dishes, emptied some noogie boxes so far. Got out of bed around 7:30. Didn't get a good night's sleep again. Not that I'm complaining, just stating an objective fact. Or it may be a subjective fact, I don't know. Anyway, we slept on Audie's bed in the living room. And we were waken. What am I trying to say? We got a big storm during the night, and I got woke up by the rain coming through the window. And the sound of it. And the thunder and lightning, for that matter. And then the emergency siren went off, so there might have been some nasty weather out in some of the outlying areas if that went off. But after that, I was just kind of dozing on and off the rest of what was left of the darkness. And once it got light, it was the same thing. And the girls were wanting to go outside, but I didn't let them. I was a meanie. I didn't let them out in the morning yesterday, but I did go out with them later in the afternoon. And they got themselves grounded again. I was really surprised because Chloe and Ruth were fairly easy to catch. Ruthie was all worn out and she didn't even try to run away from me from the heat. She was just worn out from it being hot. But Gracie was the one that disappeared, so I'm walking around the neighborhood, block after block, calling her and looking for her and not seeing her anywhere. And when I finally did see her, she was coming from across the street. She was in one of the neighbors' yards across the street, and she was all worn out and thirsty too. And that was after I had given her praise. I might even have mentioned something on yesterday's Mike Show, how she was usually the fairly good one out there. Despite her wandering, she still stayed within view. But that didn't work out yesterday, so they're all grounded. They're all grounded today. And we'll probably go out with them again later, but anyway. Oh boy, yesterday's thumbnail was a shot of Oreo, and I failed to mention yesterday, the previous day's thumbnail was a shot of Uncle Blackie and Max playing. And going through old photos and seeing pictures of Blackie with some of the little ones when they were little ones, or when Max was a little one, way back when. He did play and interact with them. He was a good uncle. And I was going to put another photo of Blackie up, but then I don't know, for some reason, when I was searching through photos from that time period, 2013 in June, early July, that picture of Oreo came up. So I used him again. Oreo got a bad shake. He was sick. I caught him and tried to take him to the vet, or did take him to the vet to get him help, and they ended up whacking him. Another one of them cases where I tried to do good and should have stuck to my guns and said, hey, just pump him full of whatever. We'll give him a week and see what happens. And if nothing good happens, I'll bring him in and I'll do the right thing, you know. But anyway, and in going through all those old photos, I'm marveled and amazed at what this yard looked like. It was all just open. I can't believe how many trees and shrubs and bushes that we planted here, because it was basically open. There was a box alder tree. There was a spruce tree back there. The apple trees were there. But other than that, I planted all the trees in this yard and all the bushes, all the shrubs. Anyway. Oh boy, let's take a little break. Welcome back. And I don't really mean that. And I didn't mean it when I said good morning either. Yesterday, just after we finished recording and started uploading this thing called The Mike Show for Wednesday, July 1, 2026, we got a storm. And around the time we were recording yesterday, it was like 90 degrees. We woke up yesterday and it was pretty hot in the morning. You know, I think it was around 80-ish. I can't remember exactly, but it got up to 90, and then the winds came, and then it clouded over, and we got rain, and it cooled down to 76, and then down to 72, and for most of the afternoon it was bearable temperatures, nice summer temperatures right within my perfect range. And we ended up, like I mentioned, let the girls out, let everyone out later in the day. But yeah, we just hung around. We did go out and do some errands yesterday, and I'm hard pressed to tell you where I went. Did I go to Save-A-Lot? I don't know. I can't remember what we did. Did I go to Aldi? I honestly can't remember. I cannot remember. That's what happens when your brain is soft and getting softer by the minute. Oh, yeah. Let's take another little break. And we are back again. And I remember when I did go out early, I did go to Tractor Supply to get cat litter and cat treats, and then went to Marine Market and picked up a couple dozen eggs. But yeah, we just hung out here for the most part the rest of the day. I had wanted to go get another library book, and that's on the agenda for today. We finished reading to the cats yesterday, the Jim Butcher Side Jobs. Boiled some eggs, and we're going to make some egg salad, but never got around to that. We'll probably do that this morning. What else we got going on? Or what else did we do? Else went outside last night, and I went out and hung out with her because it was another beautiful evening. It was just gorgeous out there. And we had a nice chat and reminisced and made a new memory. And she reminded me a lot of what Sammy was like his last summer, and that kind of inspired me to go out there because Sammy was like that last summer he was alive, and I thought we'd be having a lot more days together, and that wasn't meant to be. And anyway, so because I would sit out there with Sam when he'd want to go out there 10 o'clock at night, he'd want to go out and sit in the chair out there and just enjoy the remains of the evening and sit out there in the darkness. And I'd look at him and say, I got to start taking more pictures of you. And I never did, and that was a thing I regretted after we lost him. Nothing you can do about it now, so there aren't any regrets there about that now. But at the time, that's what I was thinking and feeling. So, thinking, I should say. Feeling, I don't know. Is regret a feeling? So yeah, I don't want to have that with Elsie. She's 18. I can't believe it. Her and Sam and another one showed up this time of the year in 2008. Anyhow. I wanted to mention something else yesterday too. I go overboard on this, the way, I don't know that I go overboard on it, but I talk about how this technology and Google and all these companies and apps that are collecting and stealing your information from you without your knowledge, it's criminal and it should be illegal, but unfortunately it's not, and it's clamping down and getting worse. But the other day on my PC, I totally deleted the Chrome browser, and then there was, is it OneDrive or something like that? All of a sudden that just started showing up and backing up and syncing all my information. And I'm like, I didn't want this to do this. When did this happen? So every time I'd turn on the computer, I'd have to go through and shut that off. And finally I said, piss on it. I'm deleting that. So I deleted that in Chrome. And I know they're probably still spying on me somehow, but anyway. But it's bullshit. It really is, that you have to, instead of it being an option for you to turn that shit on, you got to go find out that it is on and turn it off. And they've got so many devious ways of hiding it on you and different sets of controls. It isn't right. It isn't right. But anyway, another little break. Well, after brushing our teeth and putting in our partials and a partial costume change, we are back. And we're about ready to go do some errands. I have a feeling I'm going to be sticking around here for the most part today. Going to head to the library right now, head to the recycling bins behind the township hall, then go to the vet's office to get some cat food. And, oh boy, like I mentioned, I'll be making egg salad again. I'll probably make some tuna salad today too. After I get some more ambition, and we'll see how this day shakes out. I might do some biking later. I don't know, not much, not no major rides or anything. But anyway, couple things I wanted to mention, and then we're going to close. Ever since we bought this home, when Mischief Rascal and Stuart and I moved in here back in 2001 in April, we had issues with ants in the summer, and it's no big deal. I just got out the Taro. Normie at Mike's Hardware told me to use Taro, which is fascinating. And you put a little spot of it down where you see ants, try to trace to where they're coming from. Put a couple drops of it there, and the next thing you know, they're circled around it like cattle at the watering hole. And then they take it back to the colony, and then it whacks them all. And we used to get these little itty bitty tiny red ants. They were just little minuscule ones. And when we bought this place, there were a lot of ant traps in it. And anyway, we haven't seen them little tiny ones, but every year it seems like we're getting, just regular sized sugar ants. And this year it doesn't seem like the Taro is working on them. I think I've developed a strain of ants around here that are immune to it, and they're eating it. And they look at me when I'm in the kitchen like, hey, you got any mustard for this, Taro? It's pretty tasty. So I'm going to get some traditional ant traps and see if them work any better. What else did I want to mention? The ants. We'll take one quick break and then we'll be back. And if I remember, I remember. And if I don't, I don't. And we are back again. A couple items of note I wanted to mention. Saturday, it's the 250-year anniversary of this country. I saw a news item. The city of Philadelphia was flying the flag of China to celebrate diversity. And in Boston, a man was forced to take down his American flag. See what happened in Great Britain so far. Look at London. It's London stand. We're very, very close to being that now, and I was just totally stunned and appalled that two cities that were, hotbeds of the American Revolution. And Philadelphia was the original capital of the United States of America, or was it New York? I can't remember now. Philadelphia is where the Declaration of Independence was signed, though. I know that much. Forgetting my American history. But anyway, all I could say is I think there's a shitstorm coming. I think it's going to happen in my lifetime. And all I can say is stock up on your freedom seeds, and patriots, we got to unite. And with that, from the cold gray ashes and coals of my cold black heart, my broken, beaten, battered, bruised, bloody, burdened, empty, hollow, cracked, shattered, hopeless, forsaken, forlorn, bitter, angry, tired, resentful, twisted, convoluted, confused, grieving, sweating, happy, and grateful soul, piss off, happy, no complaint Thursday, and thanks for not tuning in.